Have you ever wondered how a city gets its soul? How it's shaped by kings, conquerors, and the quiet resilience of its people? Today, we're taking a deep dive into the story of one of Southeast Asia's best, most captivating cities, Yangon. This isn't just a history lesson. It's a journey through time, uncovering layers of transformation, conflict, and rebirth. So, grab your virtual passport, and let's explore the incredible history of Yangon, the city once known as the end of strife. Our story begins long before the grand colonial buildings and bustling streets we see today. Picture a small, humble fishing village nestled on the banks of the river. Sometime around the 6th century, this settlement was known as Yangon. Life for the Mon people who lived here was simple, guided by the seasons and the rhythm of the water. But at the heart of their world stood something truly magnificent, something that would eventually become an icon recognized across the globe. A glittering, golden stupa, believed to house sacred relics of the Buddha. This was the foundation of the Shwedagon Pagoda. For centuries, Yangon existed peacefully in the shadow of this sacred spire, a quiet testament to faith and endurance. It was a spiritual center, drawing pilgrims from afar. But its destiny as a major city was still unwritten, waiting for the tides of history to turn. For nearly 1,000 years, Yangon remained a relatively small but important religious hub. But the mid-18th century brought a powerful new force to the region. Enter King Alongpaya, the founder of the Kumbong dynasty, a formidable leader with a vision for a unified Burma. In 1755, his armies swept through the south, conquering the Mon kingdom. When King Alongpaya arrived at Yangon, he didn't just see a religious site. He saw immense strategic potential. Located near the mouth of the Andaman Sea, it was the perfect location for a major port, a gateway that could connect his kingdom to the rest of the world. To mark this new beginning and his victory, he gave the village a new name, Yangon. The name is a combination of two Burmese words, Yan, meaning strife or enemies, and Kaun, meaning to run out of. So Yangon poetically translates to end of strife. With this powerful new name, the king laid the groundwork for the city's transformation from a sleepy village into a thriving commercial center. The end of one conflict marked the beginning of Yangon's rise. As Yangon grew as a port city under Burmese rule, new powers were watching from across the seas. The British Empire, with its vast trading interests in India, began to look eastward. Tensions between the expanding British and the Kumbong dynasty were inevitable, leading to a series of conflicts known as the Anglo-Burmese Wars. After the Second Anglo-Burmese War in 1852, the British captured Yangon and all of Lower Burma. This was a pivotal moment. The British had their own grand vision for the city. They renamed it Rangoon, a name that would stick in the Western world for over a century. A massive reconstruction project began. The old, organic layout of the city was replaced with a modern grid system, designed for commerce and control. Engineers and architects from the British Empire were brought in, and soon a new skyline began to emerge. Grand Victorian and Edwardian buildings, with their imposing columns, balconies, and clock towers, rose alongside traditional Burmese structures. This unique architectural fusion, this blend of East and West, is a legacy that still defines Yangon's downtown area today, a beautiful, tangible reminder of its colonial past. With the British firmly in control, Rangoon's importance skyrocketed. By 1885, after the Third and final Anglo-Burmese War, the entire country was under British rule, and Rangoon was declared the capital of British Burma. It became one of the most cosmopolitan cities in Southeast Asia, a bustling hub of trade. It drew merchants and migrants from all corners of the British Empire, from India, China, and beyond. The port was thriving, exporting vast quantities of rice, teak, and oil. The city's population swelled, creating a vibrant, multicultural society. Grand institutions were established, including the prestigious Rangoon University. But beneath the surface of this prosperous colonial capital, a different kind of energy was building. A spirit of nationalism was taking root. The very streets and institutions built by the British would soon become the staging ground for the fight for freedom. The dawn of the 20th century was approaching, and with it, the winds of change were beginning to blow through the colonial heart of Rangoon. As the 20th century unfolded, the city became the epicenter of Burma's independence movement. The seeds of resistance, sown over decades of colonial rule, began to sprout, A new generation of educated Burmese, many of them students at Rangoon University, started to question and challenge British authority. The university became a hotbed of nationalist activity. In 1920, the first student strike in the nation's history erupted, protesting a new university act that they felt was elitist and restrictive. This event was a landmark moment, igniting a nationwide movement. Throughout the 1920s and 30s, Rangoon's streets were the scene of numerous protests, strikes, and passionate speeches. Leaders like Aung San, who would later be revered as the father of modern Myanmar, emerged from this student movement. The calls for self-rule and freedom grew louder, echoing from the university halls to the tea shops and marketplaces. The city that the British had built to be the jewel of their Burmese colony was now turning into the heart of the rebellion against it. The city's journey took another dramatic and devastating turn with the outbreak of World War II. As the conflict spread across the globe, Burma became a key battleground in the Southeast Asian theater. In 1942, the Japanese Imperial Army invaded, and Rangoon fell under its control. The city endured 3 years of brutal occupation. It suffered immense damage from Allied bombing raids aimed at dislodging the Japanese forces. Its port was crippled, its infrastructure was destroyed, and its people faced incredible hardship. Life in the city was a constant struggle for survival. Yet, even in these darkest of times, the spirit of the people was not extinguished. The dream of independence lived on. When the war finally ended and the Japanese were defeated, the fight for freedom resumed with renewed vigor. The wartime experience had only strengthened the resolve of the Burmese people to govern their own destiny. Finally, the moment they had fought for so long arrived. On the 4th of January 1948, the Union Jack was lowered for the last time, and the flag of a newly independent Burma was raised. The joyous celebrations filled the streets of the capital, Rangoon, a city that had been a royal port, a colonial capital, and a battleground, proudly took its place as the capital of the Union of Burma. For the next several decades, it was the center of the nation's political, economic, and cultural life. It was a period of nation building, but also one fraught with political instability and challenges. The city navigated through military coups and periods of isolation, its people adapting and persevering through it all. It remained the undeniable heart of the country, a symbol of its hard-won sovereignty. In 1989, another significant change occurred. The ruling military government decided to change the English names of many places in the country to reflect their original Burmese pronunciations. And so, Rangoon was officially renamed Yangon, reclaiming the name given to it by King Alongpaya. Over 2 centuries earlier, it was a symbolic move, an attempt to shed the last vestiges of its colonial identity. Then, in 2006, the world was surprised when the government announced that the nation's capital was moving to a newly built city in the center of the country, Nay. While the administrative functions shifted, the soul of the nation remained in Yangon. Today, it is still Myanmar's largest city, its commercial and cultural powerhouse. Walking through its streets is like walking through a living museum. You can see the ancient, shimmering gold of the Shwedagon Pagoda, the crumbling grandeur of colonial-era buildings, and the vibrant energy of a modernizing metropolis, all coexisting. Yangon's story is one of constant evolution, a city that has been Dagon, Rangoon, and Yangon. It is a city that has known peace, strife, and renewal, and its incredible journey continues to unfold. What an incredible history! From a small village around a golden pagoda to a bustling, modern metropolis, Yangon is a true testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Its story is written in its streets, its architecture, and the hearts of its people. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into fascinating histories from around the world. And I'd love to hear from you. What part of Yangon's history did you find most interesting? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.